My name is Sophie Raworth. I work at the BBC. I'm a journalist and a news presenter where I've been working for about 25 years now, and I was at Putney High from the age of 11 until 16. I left in 1984. I remember my first day at Putney vividly. I can even tell you where my classroom was. I know my class. I was in upper 3F, Miss Fremantle's class, and it was in what is now the music block. I know exactly where I was sitting. I can remember the desk. I can remember the view. It's absolutely seared on my memory. While I was at Putney, I think the subjects I really enjoyed were the subjects I continued doing actually all through school and then into university. So it was very much sort of English and languages. Those were my subjects that I excelled at, that I was good at. I never ever put my hand up in class. I was very reserved. And I think that's what Putney taught me actually over the years that I was here, between the ages of 11 and 16. I think I got confidence. And then over the years that I was at Putney, actually realising that I could do some things that I really didn't think I could do, that actually I was brighter than I thought I was, that if I pushed myself and applied myself, I could achieve things I never thought I could do. And I've challenged myself and continued to challenge myself, whether it's work and pushing myself to do more and to do new challenges at work, or even sports. So I've become an obsessive runner in the last sort of 10, 15 years. And most recently I went off and ran something called the Marathon des Sables, which was 150 miles across the desert, 6 marathons in 5 days, carrying all your own kit in 40-degree heat, something I never thought I could do. And it's still what I learned at Putney. I applied to that. And it was just give it a go and see, take it step by step and see whether you can do it. And I did it. I think my proudest achievements of being at Putney, I mean, the friends I made who've been lifelong friends, and also arriving here not thinking I was terribly good at anything and realising that actually I could do it, and I ended up doing well in my exams. I remember failing my chemistry O-level mock vividly, and then passing it and doing it very well doing well on my O-level itself. When I was here, I remember our school trip consisted of going to Le Touquet for the day. That was the only school trip I ever remember going on, and Le Touquet was a ferry ride across the channel next to Boulogne. Nowadays, the girls here at Putney get to go to sort of Iceland or Brazil or I don't know, all over the world. It is extraordinary how different this school is to when I was here sort of 30 odd years ago. I went to Manchester University and did languages, which is something French and German, something I'm still passionate about. I still speak French fluently, and that is very much as a result of my French lessons here when I was 12, 13, 14. I loved French, and I still to this day do. When I left university, I joined the BBC as a trainee. So I was a trainee reporter in Manchester. And then I moved from that to being a producer. I never wanted to be on television. I always thought I'd be behind the scenes. And I had no ambition whatsoever to be on screen. And I was working as a producer in Brussels, doing a bit of reporting, and landed a job rather out of the blue as a reporter in Yorkshire. And then from there they made me a presenter, and then I was on breakfast telly. And so I have basically spent the last 25 years being on TV. Unwittingly, didn't mean to do it, but I've spent the last 25 years working for the BBC, and now I do all the bulletins. I do the 1, 6 and 10. I do lots of the big events. I do documentaries. I do whatever I can turn my hand to, really. I hope for Putney High for the future that it just keeps getting better and better. I think it's a wonderful school. I think it turns out very confident, happy girls. I think it instills them with a wonderful confidence. And feeling of self-worth. I love the sport. I love the confidence the sport gives them. Sport is hugely important in my life now, and I wish I had discovered the sport that the girls here have. I wish I'd discovered that when I was their age, because I think I would have used that far more throughout my life.